Hi everyone, my name is Louis. I come from Brussels, Belgium. I'm studying management at ICHEC. I'm a master's student, actually in second master year. I'm finishing this year. And now I did my exchange in Moscow and especially in Hanepa in IBS. I'd like to mention to you a few points that I found relevant to mention to incoming students. First of all, the administrative support. It's something very, very difficult in Russia, to make all the visas and to go through bureaucracy. And thanks to Zamfira and her team, the whole process went quite well and very smoothly. The IBS was of real help, and that was very, 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 very nice. Now, how about being student at IBS? Well, first, let's remind that IBS is in Moscow, and that life in Moscow for exchange students is generally quite comfortable, really, because we have some purchasing power and we have some great opportunities to go to restaurants and everything. Now, more especially in IBS, I'd say that it's a comfortable living because the accommodation, I was living in a dormitory, and the dormitory I was expecting the conditions, the shared rooms and everything, so in the end it's quite short exchange, so it was nice. And what I was very, very, very surprised about IBS, it was the integration and the mix between the Russian students and the exchange students. We were all mixed and blended, and that was very, very enjoyable. Now, what about my experience about studying outside? Well, I've already had done an exchange before in Lithuania in 2014. So I was quite prepared for the cold weather, as you can see on the slides. It's very, very cold here, especially in the end. At first it was very, very, very warm and enjoyable weather. Now you need to get used to Moscow, because Moscow is a very, very busy city with loads of people, and it's very big. Brussels is not that big. It's actually 10 times smaller than the city here. So it was quite a challenge to adapt, but still it was very, very, very nice it's a very nice city to live in. What's about now the academic process? Well, first I'd like to come back to the studying outside, because when I went to Lithuania, I was not really shocked, but I was surprised by the food. And the food that was so dissimilar to what we had in Belgium. To be honest, it was awful, really. And I was really frightened of this to go to Moscow. But in the end, the food is quite good, actually. I suggest you to try the goulash, especially in the cafeteria here, because it's an awesome dish, really. It's an awesome typical Russian dish. Now I'll tell you about the academic process. Well, I must admit, I'm a bit mixed on this part, because on one hand, the classes and the courses given are very modern. Many presentations, and we share a lot with the teachers. We're encouraged to ask questions and to interact, and this is something that is absolutely not or lesser done in my home system. Now, on the other hand, I'm a bit, even though the quality of the teachers was very, very high, I was a bit disappointed with what the teachers were asking in terms of performance. There was very little performance, and if you take the classes, you may validate it. So there's no big challenge. Only I'd advise you to take the Russian class and to invest a lot, because this is very interesting, and Galina is a wonderful teacher, and if you invest yourself, you may learn a lot, and this is very challenging, so I'd advise you to do this. Now, what did I like more especially about the academy? Yeah, I've mentioned it again, it's the integration among Russian people. I was very, very surprised because I was comparing this to my previous exchange in Lithuania. We were not really integrated among Lithuanian students. They were not really talkative. We're not doing many group works and everything. Now here, we had great, many groups and yes, group assignments to do. And the rule was that they should always be an exchange or a Russian in each and every group. All the group were to be mixed. And this is, I think, a power of the program, because in the end we ended to know each other. Everyone knew each other, and there was a good spirit, a great atmosphere in the class. And in the end, it was no surprise to see some Russians during our parties, and we went to some Russian parties, which are very nice indeed. What courses did I like? Well, I really enjoyed. I'm a financial kind of guy, so I don't really enjoy management classes, but the financial management and investors relation, I really can. I recommend them to you because it's very interesting. The teachers are super quality and very nice courses. And I'd like to mention as well event management, which is a very interesting insight. And I was feeling that my home program was lacking a bit of creativity. And this was a very good balance to that. There's a balance between creativity and organization management. So I really enjoyed this class. Now, what's about my stay in Moscow? Well, I really enjoyed the city. The city is wonderful. The country is great. I had the opportunity to travel a bit. Like for instance, you can see on to the right the right picture. It was me in the Northern Lights. It was 3 days ago. Very cold, but if you have the occasion to go there, it's in Murmansk. Great Northern Lights. The rest is a bit sad because there's no sun, but still, and Moscow, I mean, you can see the cathedral there on the left. Wonderful city. And you can see here with like always beautiful lights and a very alive city, many things to do. I'd say if you don't really want to come for IBS, come for Moscow, because Moscow it's really an enjoyable city with many things to do. We went to concerts, we went to clubs, we visited a lot. We're very busy, and I'm leaving in a few days. I'm very sad because of this, because there's this cultural richness and actually very different culture. That's what is interesting here. It's because we feel that Russia is a really culturally rich country, and this is very enjoyable to visit. Now, thanks a lot, and have a nice day.